These are always the weirdest streams for me, right? Because like normally when I'm like gaming, I don't need like but I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Like I don't need like a goal, right? I can just start going. But like right now, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do this New Year's stream." And like we're going to talk about the past year, or I'm going to talk about the past year and like do all these little exercises and watch some videos. And I'm like, I don't know how to really get into that because I'm not good at just like sitting here on camera not doing a thing, like just sitting here, right? Like I think that I don't really know how to do it, but we're here, we're live, we're in the second to last day of 2023, and I wanted to talk about what my goals are for next year, where I'm at going into next year, maybe how we'll improve it, and then reflect on maybe the stream a little bit and our content creation goals. What are these? What the heck? For the next year, and then maybe we'll write a letter. Bit. Oh, should I have? I don't know if this will play. Hold on, hold on, hold the phone, hold the phone. I just got this guy's book, and I watched this video, and I was like, yeah, I do like what he's. Shoot. I can't do that. How am I going to play this? This is the problem. Because if I'm on 2 inputs, wow, I look really bright. I didn't even notice. That's fine, I guess, I suppose. Maybe we can fix that first. Automatic exposure. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Whatever, we'll just do automatic. Okay. Maybe I can play it through. You know what I'm gonna do actually? I'm gonna open this in another browser window. Or another browser rather. Oh, it looks so weird like that. Ah! Why would it just start auto playing, brother? Okay. Guess let's full screen it. Switch to this window. All right, so this is Ali Abdaal. Hold on, is this playing?
Hey friends, welcome back.
Yes, great. So we're gonna watch this. And then there's like an exercise Maybe we'll do it in the middle of it, actually. Or I'll start doing it in the middle of it. Yeah. I don't know. Let's just watch.
Channel. So, what does it mean to make a given year the best year of your life? And I think it's kind of three things. Firstly, it's that we are making progress towards the things that truly matter to us. Secondly, that our life is broadly in balance, so we're not screwing up one.
I think a big thing I need to figure out is what truly matters to me. Because I think I've been like grappling with that. Like, I don't know what I think the things that are important to me are. But maybe we'll spend some time on that today. Balance? Yeah, I don't have that at all in my life. I don't sacrifice for anything.
One area of our life for the sake of another. And thirdly, that we are, while working towards the things that matter to us, we are managing to enjoy ourselves and kind of enjoying every day on its own merit, rather than purely seeing it as a means
I do
to
that.
an end. And so in this video, I want to go over 3 of my favorite methods. These are really simple methods. You can apply them whenever, whether it's at the start of the year or the middle of the year or the end of the year, like literally whenever. And it will help you move more towards making sure that this coming year is the actual best year of your life in terms of meaningfulness,
My
balance,
paper
and
is all like
enjoyability as well. All right, so method number 1 is a really simple reflection exercise called the Wheel of Life. And the idea here is that we want to split up life into a bunch of different components, and then we rate our satisfaction with those different areas of life. And so if you want to do this exercise, you can do it on a piece.
I actually have already done this, but I'll do it again. Is my paper water damaged? Oh goodness. Not that it matters. So I'm going to draw my circle first. And then let's keep playing.
Paper, or you can do it on your phone. I think a piece of paper is nice. Start by drawing a little circle. That is your wheel, and then you want to split it up into 3 segments. And those 3 segments,
like right underneath my nostril. I was so disappointed. Because who wants a pimple? You know what I'm saying?
Segments are for your work, for your health, and for your.
Okay. So we have health. We have relationships, and we have work.
Relationships. So now you have a wheel with 3 thirds. Now you want to split up each of the thirds into 3 segments each. So at this point, you've got a wheel with 9 segments. If you don't want to do it on paper, you don't have to do it on paper. You can just literally write down these different categories that I'm about to give you. And so those categories are within health. We have 3 things, and that is body, mind, and soul. Or you can.
Okay. Wow. I think my health circle is really big. I've messed up. Okay. Body, mind, and soul. Okay.
You can call it physical health, mental health, spiritual health, but I kind of like body, mind, and soul because it sounds more cute. Under relationships, we've got romance, family, and friends. And then under work.
Okay. Let's do this one. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Romance, family, and friends. Okay.
We have mission, money, and growth. And you can call mission your career.
Mission, money, and growth. I definitely messed this up. Should I just do another one? I don't think it matters too much, but mission, money, and growth. I keep turning away to like write that,
job,
write down my thing.
But that's kind of the.
Here we can look at what mine looks like now too. As you can see, I put the category the category names too close to the circle, and so the subcategories are like you know, there's work, and right next to it is money. But all good. I can make another one.
the main thing that you were doing for work. Okay, so at this point, we've split up life into these 9 different components, and the job now is that we want to rate on a scale from 0 to 10 how aligned we feel in each of these different areas of our life. And by aligned, I mean my actions in the here and now are consistent with where I think I would like to be. You can sort of think of
Okay, so that one's a tough one, right? That was so fast.
my actions in the here and now are consistent.
Okay, let's pause that. And so I think for me, like I like the idea of using alignment, right? But as like a, I don't know, anxious, sedentary person for a lot of things, right? Like maybe sedentary is not the right word. I do sit at this computer a lot. So sedentary is the right word in a certain sense. But like as an anxious like person and somebody who struggles with like a lot of things that I think a lot of people think of like it's like basic. I think that it's hard for me to have my actions be consistent with like my goals, right? And I don't mean like, oh, like everything's so hard for me, so like I need like special treatment. Like that's silly. That's stupid. Um it just takes me longer to get onto a path that I think that like I'm comfortable with navigating. And I think that some of the things for me is like I need to just figure out how to, I don't know, effectively leave my comfort zone without feeling overwhelmed. Um, because I've said this a lot, right? But like I feel like I've built my life in a way, right? So like, how do I have like, do I have post-it notes? So I think that a lot of people, right? So like they build their life in a like pyramid type fashion. They have like good building blocks, and then they will put the next layer up, and so on and so on. And it's a very sturdy thing. I feel like I probably build like a single tower, and then like maybe it's even an upside down pyramid is like a better idea. So like I have like one sturdy block on the bottom. I'm like, all right, so this is like the what I'm comfortable with. And then I will start building things on top of that. But it's very hard for me to like I don't know if anybody has ever like balanced dominoes on top of each other or like jam packets in like a Denny's or an IHOP or something. Where it's like a lot of people or like as a kid I would take like the jam packets and I'd go like, all right, three, whatever, like 3 on the bottom, 2 on top, and then 1 on top. Classic pyramid shape. But like the way that they're shaped, you could balance them so you have 1 on the bottom and then you could put 2 on top. And if you put another 1 on top of that, like those 2 would stay, they wouldn't fall off. And then you could build that out to have another 3, and then you could put 2 more on like the seams, and then those 3 would stay. And you could keep building it out to kind of make like this diamond shape. So that's kind of how my pyramid is. It's a very wobbly, like I've navigated my life in a way that things feel comfortable and convenient for me, and I've built it in a way that works, but it's not where I want to be like in my life, right? I need to figure out how to build like a sturdy pyramid. And I think for me like that's really scary because I don't know like how to get there, how to do that. Like I've spent like the past, I don't know, 2-ish years, right? Is like how do I deal with my mental health in a way that's like I can like effectively be like normal's not a good word. I don't like using that. Like productive maybe. Um So like I don't know, I like keep doing all these things, right? That's like to put myself in like the best mental state possible to then do the actions that are consistent with where I want to be in my life. But I feel like I'm still at the point where it's like working on the actions to be consistent is difficult because I'm still not able to leave my comfort zone, if that makes sense. I felt like that was a really long roundabout way of getting to a very simple idea.
Consistent with where I think I would like to be. You can sort of think of this as how satisfied am I with this area of life. I prefer to think of it as alignment rather than satisfaction because, like, I don't know, you might be a 3 out of 10 in terms of satisfaction with money because you're not yet a, I don't know, millionaire in passive income or whatever the thing might be. But you might be a 10 out of 10 in alignment because you are taking the actions necessary to get to where you want to be. And so with this little diagram on screen, I would encourage you.
Again, I like that more too. Whereas like I feel like if I were to do a satisfaction wheel, it's not gonna look good. Whereas alignment wheel is slightly better, but at the same like both of them, it's interesting because I'm just like, dang, I'm like not pleased with any of this.
You to pause the video now. Genuinely, please pause the video and just think about what.
I already did this. I made the thing.
What would your rating out of 10 be for each of these different areas of life? And I guarantee that if you just pause this video and think about it, you will come up with some interesting insights into your life. And this is genuinely a good use of your time while you're watching YouTube right now. Just pause the video and really think about this. Now, these are the ratings.
I will put in what I think my ratings out of 10 are for a lot of these. It's, you know, it's, yeah. I would say for a lot of them, I'm actually not.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
Bean! Welcome in. How are you? I think this is the one aspect of my wheel that I have a 10 out of 10 on. I think this could be improved, and I'll share what that's a tough one. I think too, like how do I so for work, right, they have mission, money, and growth. I'm not doing the job that I want to be doing. But I think if we think of like content creation, that's not necessarily like what I think of as my career or like what I want for my future, but like that's a thing that I have like a solid grasp on. I might just use that because I don't know. Otherwise, it's like 0 for everything. But maybe like I don't know. Maybe we do both. Bean, how are you? How's your day going? Oh, growth. We have like okay. I'm starting with doing some exercises. So right now we're building this wheel of, or I'm building this wheel, if you want to follow along, of so you have your 3 categories. I don't know how to explain it as well, but we have health, which is body, mind, and soul, physical, mental, and spiritual health, I suppose. Relationships, romantic, family, and friends. And then work, we have mission, money, and growth. And then out of a rating of 10, we are going to rate those things, not with our satisfaction, but our alignment with those things. So our actions are aligned with our goals. And for me, I guess I'll start with work. For mission, I have 9 out of 10, which is kind of silly because I think when it comes to like my actual career in life, I don't know what that is. Whoops, I accidentally. So like my actual job, what I want to do is like a 0, a 0 out of 10. But I don't know that like I don't think I'm gonna figure that out in a stream. So I'm using like the content creation type stuff as my baseline for work, which probably not the best, but for that I have a 9 out of 10. I think my actions are pretty consistent with what I want to do in terms of content creation. I think I have some room to improve on a lot of that, but that's not really mission. That's more probably growth. Money, this is just for everything. 0 out of 10. Again, like I think some of that comes down to like not having a job that pays me enough, but I don't know what actions I can necessarily think of to take right now that would increase my alignment with that. But right now we're just doing a quick evaluation, I suppose. Growth, again, we're using content creation type stuff. I don't think I'm doing my best to like really grow what I'm doing here. So right now I have 1 out of 10. Maybe we could like, I don't know, maybe it's more like 2 or 3 out of 10. I don't know. For health, I am the heaviest I've ever been. I don't think I'm unhealthy, but I'm right now 166 pounds, which is a lot for me. So I have 4 out of 10 because I think I'm taking steps to be more physically healthy, but I have a lot that I still need to do. Although, you know what? Maybe I'll put 6 out of 10. I think my actions over the past 2 weeks have probably started putting me in alignment with better physical health. So, mind, I have 8 out of 10. I'm doing almost everything I feel like I can to have good mental health. The only thing I am not doing right now is be in therapy, but that's, again, expensive. So I can't really do that. And then soul, I have 10 out of 10. I feel like I'm very in tune with like who I am as a person at this point. And that's my only 10 out of 10 on this. Like all of my action, like I don't know, I'm very much in alignment with that. For relationships, romance, I have 0 out of 10. I don't take any actions really to improve that. So none of my actions are in alignment with that. Family is 4 out of 10. I could definitely put more of an effort to have better familial relationships, but I do not right now. And then friends, I have 6 out of 10, which is not bad, not amazing, but we're gonna color this in too. This is my next favorite part. I've already watched the video, but I wanted to share.
I gave myself when I did this exercise a few days ago. And the cool thing is that if you are doing this on pen and paper, then you can shade in the little wheel of life based on what your numbers are. So if you
I got one colored pencils. He put romance in red. I'll do that too. It's a 0. There it is. Basically a little dot. Family, he did pink. I don't have pink. So I'm going to use, what is this? Red orange? Sure. It basically looks like red. Friends, we'll just do regular orange. Mission, what did he do for mission? blue, dark blue. I have repeating colors in here. That's actually pretty decent. Oh, this is purple. It's not even blue. Money being green makes sense. Okay, there we go. And growth. Okay. I'm going to use brown for one of these. What's this? Dark green? Light green? Yellow green? Whatever. Okay. Body I'll do in brown. Mind I'll do in green. And then soul will be yellow. Even in the 2 weeks since I did the first one, this is what my new one looks like. Ta-da! You can see my zeros have just little dots. Really, it should be nothing, I suppose, but not bad, not bad. It's pretty good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. We're not adding this to the wheel. Oh, I didn't switch back to just chatting. My bad.
Category for joy. How aligned do you feel with your actions in the here and now compared to where you want to be in terms of the amount of joy you're experiencing in your life? And for me right now, that is probably a 6 out of 10. Now this is great because the whole point is to help make this next year the best year of our life. And so in theory, if we were able to get to a point where we were, let's say 10 out of 10 across all these different areas, that would mean that we are doing things that are most meaningful to us.
I'm not joyous.
Making progress towards them. And we're also...
Hold on, let's go back a second.
To get to a point where we were, let's say 10 out of 10 across all these different areas, that would mean that we are doing the things that are most meaningful to us and actually making progress towards them. And we're also in balance with all the different areas of our life because broadly these 10 roughly cover pretty much every area of life. And hopefully we are also enjoying the journey along the way, especially if we have a 10 out of 10 on the joy front too. So this is pretty cool, right? It means we have now created a clear sense of where we are right now, and then we can get a sense of where we would like to be in terms of where we would like these numbers to go. And whenever you have a sense of where you are now and where you want to be, that is what creates what we call goals. And part of making this year the best year of your life is to be able to then make progress towards those goals. And this is already a really good start because a lot of people want to be more productive, but they don't even take an inventory of their life because they just think of productivity as being just about work or just about hustle or grind or whatever. But actually, at least the way I think about it, productivity is using our time in a way that's intentional and effective and enjoyable. And that is kind of the message of my book, Feel Good Productivity. At this point, it is worth highlighting or underlining or circling or whatever. In each of these different areas, in work, in health, and relationships, what is the one that really stands out to you as needing some amount of work? So for example, for me, in the relationships column, I've given my friends category.
Okay. Well, he's saying this. I have 2 zeros on my board. I have 2 zeros, so they need a lot of work. So we're gonna circle romance. Oh, the thing that's funny too is like, I don't know if that's even like a... I don't know if that's even the... I don't know where that like fits on the scale of importance to me right now. Like I'm gonna circle it, but like I don't know if it's something that really needs to be like attended to. Growth, I also have a 1 out of 10, so I'm circling that. So I think that's where
a 4 out of 10 because I just don't see my friends very often. And so that's one that clearly for me needs some work, and so I'd be circling that. Within health, I've given my soul category a 4 out of 10, but I mean, I'm not overly concerned about that. I am concerned about the body/physical health being just a 5 out of 10, so I'm going to circle that because that's something I want to actively work on. And then on the work front, I'm pretty blessed to be a 9 out of 10
Okay,
on mission.
so I didn't
Really,
really need to
I'm
circle
only a 7
romance
out of 10
because
for growth, and so I want to circle that one because I feel like I could do with some more growth in my life. But once you know how to do the Wheel of Life, you can actually just do this whenever you feel like your life is somewhat
Bean, have you done a wheel? You don't have to. I understand if you don't feel like doing it as well. Should I put the wheel up behind me? Should I take my Psyduck card out and put it here? Oh, you can't see that. Frame it. I think I'm going to do this at the end of every month. So at the end of January, we'll do another wheel and see where we're at. Maybe check in. What if I lose points in a category? I guess that's totally possible. Although I might not do that on I might not do that on stream, but I will probably do it at the end of each month. All right. Let's keep it pushing.
You're not really sure where you're going, or you feel a bit burnt out, or you feel a bit stressed. It literally takes 30 seconds to just bring up these different 9 to 10 categories and to just rate yourself out of 10 on each one. And it's not to beat yourself up. You're not like, oh my god, I'm flagellating myself because I only gave myself a 3 out of 10. This is a pure, solid inventory of where you are in these different areas of life. And then the great news is you can then start taking actions towards remedying certain of these areas. Now, if you've been wondering why my money component on this Wheel of Life is a 9 out of 10, that is because A, I've been running my business for over 7 years now, and B, I have been investing my money throughout that time.
You can give
if
yourself
you're
a 10 out of
interested in
10 of
investing your
anything.
money, then you might like to check out Trading 212, who are very
We're
kindly
skipping the ad.
sponsoring this video. So that now brings us on to method number 2, and that is what I call the 12-month celebration. And this is basically my preferred method for goal setting. So setting goals is an important part of life. There's a bunch of studies that show that people who set goals perform better and are more productive and feel happier with life than people who don't. There are also a bunch of studies that show that people who write their goals down are more likely to achieve them than people who either have the goals and don't write them down or don't have the goals at all. And so the 12...
Okay. So I actually have written down and shared already at least my social media goal or my like content creation goals. But I'll write them down again actually to put them on a new piece of paper. So I'm going to do, actually, let's make it even more fun than that. Right, we're gonna take this piece of paper and we're gonna fold it. And inside of that, I'm going to write Twitch. I'm going to write YouTube. And I'm going to write TikTok. And then my goals for all of these platforms. What is on this? I keep finding like this. I have to assume it's my own hair. But it's like weird. It's like they're really short. They almost remind me of cat hair, but they're like not my cat's hair's color. So for Twitch, some of the goals on Twitch is just, I don't know, luck more than any, like at least one of the goals I have on Twitch is luck more than anything else, unless things change drastically. But I have 15 average viewers. That's what one of the things I want to achieve this year on Twitch. We've gotten much closer from the beginning of last year or from the beginning of this year to now the end. We've made significant progress on that front, which is really cool. I want 20 concurrent subs because I feel like 20 subs feels like I have like a, I don't know, really core fan base. That fan base isn't right. Community. People want to support me because they enjoy what I'm doing. And I feel like that's like the number I want. Like 20 people really enjoying what I'm like putting out just seems really cool. I want to get 1,000 followers, which seems achievable. Right now we're just over half of that right now. Dude, why does everything look so dirty? Is this what happens when I open my window all the way and it just like... Jesus. I just see the light on everything now and I'm like, everything is really gross. And then I want to have one 100 viewer stream. It'd be cool to be able to check these off as the year goes on. But the 100 viewer stream really feels like it might be more luck than anything else. Again, unless something drastic happens. YouTube goals. I feel like I'm keeping it pretty small on all of these, right? I want to have 200 consistent views per video. I want to get 2,000 subs, which is a lot. That's aiming much higher than our 1,000 follower goal on Twitch, but I think it's doable. And I want to get into the YouTube partner program. And then for TikTok, very simple goals because I really don't understand the platform. I want to get 1,000 followers. I want to get a consistent 5K views per TikTok, which really just comes down to me making better TikTok content, but I need to understand the platform better. So there's that. We have our Twitch goals, we have our YouTube goals, and then we have our silly little TikTok goals. But goals nonetheless. Now, I'm going to do, I think, my personal life goals. Let's switch screens again. I think I might put lose 15 pounds on here. No, that doesn't even seem right. Start running. I want to start running. I haven't quite gotten there yet. I have been taking a early morning walk every day for the past almost week now. I didn't go this morning because it was been raining. It's supposed to clear up around midday, and I'll probably go out around then. I mean, it's kind of clear right now, but it's then drizzles on and off. But I want to start running because I think that'll improve my health. I want better heart health. Start running. And I'm going to put an arrow next to that to improve. Wow, that. Why did I do like a lowercase, uppercase I? What am I doing? Improve heart health. Like, what is this? What is this letter that I made here? There's like an uppercase, lowercase I, and then I put the M like too close to it. Like, what is this? Oh, whatever. So I have been doing pretty well about ordering food. I've cut it all the way down to only once a week. I've been cooking almost all my meals, but I'm still, and this is going to be very loose in here as well, but it kind of falls under my physical health as well, as this is an area I want to improve. I'm just going to put eat well. So that can take multiple forms, I suppose. But I've I still have some ice cream in the fridge. So let me preface it by saying that I am going to finish that ice cream, but I'm cutting out processed sugars. So like fruits and stuff are still okay. Um, I guess whatever. Why did one of my lights turn off? Where did I put? Oh, my phone's in my pocket. Interesting. I'm slightly better lit now. So things that have like natural sugars, I'm not going to avoid. I'm not like avoiding all sugar, but I'm avoiding processed sugars. So I'm not going to be drinking soda. I'm not going to be eating cake. I'm not going to be having ice cream. Um, it's that's going to be tough too because I do like to bake, but I don't know. Maybe like I'm not setting a New Year's resolution. I feel like if I like falter or if it's like a special occasion, I'm not going to be like, no, I don't eat that. I'll probably like have a slice of birthday cake if I'm at someone's birthday or something. Um, but like at home and stuff, if I go out to eat, I'm not going to order dessert. I'm not going to be like buying ice cream. I'm not going to be like making cookies or anything. Um, so that falls under eat well. This is just, I need to get a full time job. I don't know. As that's still something I've never had in my, I don't know, 12 years of adult life. I don't really know what that looks like. I don't know what a career is. um, but I don't know, that's just the goal. I'm gonna write full time job down. Always remember not to heavily restrict yourself. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's I think I want to eat better because now that I'm 30, I just need to be more cognizant of like my heart health and like my longevity like as a person, and I have a tendency to indulge right now. Like I don't know, for the past month, Haagen Dazs ice creams, like their quart sizes, have been $3. So I've been getting one like every time I've gone to the market, which is like once a week. So I'm eating 4 quarts of Haagen Dazs ice cream like a month, on top of like cookies, and then I'll see like a tasty looking cake. So I'll get like I have a tendency to like go crazy with it. And I don't want to do that. Like again, like special occasions and stuff, like things that feel like I like a celebration. I'm not gonna be like never. I'm not gonna have it, but and that it doesn't. It's not just sugar at home too. It's like I just need to eat better. Like I need to eat like good food. Like I need to be like not being lazy and like making myself a quesadilla when I could just take like 20 extra minutes and like make myself like beans, rice, vegetable stew, things like that. See, you have way better self control than me. I get a ton of ice cream that's gone in 2 days. It's over. I was like, uh, I like I don't know, around Thanksgiving time, like so like November, December, I've really been indulging because sugar I think helps me with stress, and I've been like more stressed than usual. I do have some coffee right now. I mean, coffee is also like I don't know, a great treat in general. I've never had it with sugar though. Really, I've always felt like it made the flavor weirder. Um, I don't know. They started selling like little personal pies, so I started getting the pies. But then I'm like, well, I'm getting the little personal pie. I should get some ice cream to go with it. And then I'm like, well, I'm getting this ice cream. I should make cookies to make ice cream sandwiches. And all of a sudden, I'm like, eating all this sugar, and I'm just like, wow, this is like not good, which is why I think I'm now the heaviest I've ever been, and I just need to be better about it. And like because I'm eating all that sugar and sweets, I'm full, and I'm like just not eating dinner and like not eating better food. I'm just like, all right, like great. I had like cookies for lunch. I'm kind of full. I'll just skip the rest of it, which is like I should just be eating like balanced meals rather than like it's been bad. I think that my diet for the past couple of months has been pretty bad. um I mean, I think full-time job goes well with growth and money. Um Not to go off on another tangent. I feel like physical health is a lot easier to set goals for, whereas like money and growth are harder for me to. I mean, like money, my actions would be much more in alignment if I just was like working. Um, Honestly, growth maybe I do put it higher than one. I don't know. I'm applying to a lot of work still, but it's just like it's hard. Maybe the money is higher than zero too, even though I don't have any right now. It's just it's tough to be like applying to all these jobs and then just only getting rejections and then like not really knowing where to go. Like it's like I don't know what else I could be doing to improve this situation. So we're gonna put full-time job down and then kind of leave it blank because we don't really know. For romance, I'm going to be, I don't know, really easy on myself. For goals for the whole year, I'm gonna put on go on one. Let me preface this by saying good, because I've gone on plenty of bad dates. Not recently, but go on one good date. And I'm gonna also say put myself out there. I forgot how to spell there for a second. I put H-H-E-R-E. Why did I do two H's? I don't know if this is even what he's going to be asking for. Like, I don't know what he's saying, but these are the goals that I wrote down for, like, I don't know, the things that I want to improve. Start running, improve heart health, eat well, full-time job, go on one good date, and put myself out there. And we'll see how that manifests. Let's finish this part of the video and see what he's actually going to say.
12-month celebration is just a very simple way of approaching goal setting. And the exercise is simple. In each of the salient areas of your life, ask yourself, what would I like to be celebrating 12 months from now? And really imagine this. Like, imagine you're sitting down having dinner with a friend of yours. You guys are mutually kind of holding each other accountable and helping each other out. And you're celebrating together. You're really celebrating how much progress you've made in each of these different areas of your life. Now, you can start with the 3 areas that you circled as being the most salient, or you can do it, as I would recommend, for all 10 different areas.
Okay. I'm only gonna do the 9, but we're now changing up. So these are goals that I'd like to accomplish in my 3 salient areas that I've marked down. I don't need to celebrate soul. Again, I think that I'm very lucky. I don't really know what he means by like soul or spiritual health. As like not a very religious person myself, I kind of just put that as like knowing yourself, which I think I'm actually very lucky to like really know who I am as a person. I don't know what my goals are necessarily, but who I am, I'm very secure in. All right, what do I want to celebrate in each of these areas? Honestly, I mean, or for a lot of them, it still kind of comes down to like, for work, for literally all of these, I really just like to be celebrating a full-time job. I think that would be really awesome for me. For health, again, the only thing I really want to focus on is body. I don't like, again, I feel like saying like, oh, I want to lose weight is like such a bad way of like approaching something. Because I don't even like, I don't even want to lose weight necessarily. It's just, but what, like, what's a tangible goal? Hmm. I don't think I can. I don't think I'm ready to tackle a marathon. My friend did. He started running, and within the weird year, he ran the LA Marathon, which was like really awesome and cool. I don't think that that's ever gonna be me. I have a bit of a double chin. Is it possible to get rid of that? I don't know. I feel like double chins are like genetic. I don't know. How does this look? Could I? Is that my goal? Is getting rid of this pouch? I don't know how easy that would be. It's honestly not bad, but it's like sometimes I'll like look at a picture of myself or see myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. But I also don't know if I have any control over that. I think that's just something that I've always had. So, um, I feel like I've really done most of this already. Let's. Can I check my resting heart rate right now? Let's see. Maybe that's what I want to try to do. I don't know if my phone can check that. Okay. What is this? Wait, can I? How do I measure these things? Does my phone not do it? Okay, maybe I need to get a smartwatch. Yes, I was wait, sleep from 12:40 to 5:40 a.m. 5 hours of sleep. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Um maybe we'll figure that out too. But we are going to I have no idea what my resting heart rate is right now. And I feel like I'm technically not resting. I don't know, I'm kind of like on, but celebrate. I don't know how achievable this is. So this might need to change. Celebrate a 70 BPM resting. I'm also going to put in brackets above that. Find out what a good, in quotes, resting heart rate is. Laugh, how's it going? How are you? Welcome on in. We're setting our goals for the year, looking at what we want to celebrate in 12 months. Right now, I want to celebrate a full time job. I want to celebrate, tentatively for now, a 70 BPM resting heart rate. And I think that this is actually fine. I'm going to try to celebrate putting myself out there. Keep it very simple for our romantic relationships. You're great. How was your Christmas? How was your holidays? if you don't celebrate Christmas. Does anybody have New Year's plans, by the way? Right now, this is kind of my New Year's plans. It's funny, like this is the first year in a while that like I'm like about to go into the new year. Um where like I don't know of any like parties. I haven't really been invited to anything, but like all of my other friends are also like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Uh or some people are out of town, so they already have like plans, but they're like different. Um but like in terms of like entering the new year on the right front, I'm doing this. I'm setting my goals. I'm setting my intentions. I'm gonna have a look back at the year. I cleaned my whole room. Also, if anyone has noticed, I have slightly changed my backgrounds here. So I now have, this is the same plant. This is a fiddle leaf fig. This is a fiddle leaf fig. This is my blue potted fiddle leaf fig that used to sit over here where my little baby pine tree is now. And behind it, which you can't really see because this guy leans super hard, there is my, oh, you really can't see it at all. There's my other fiddle leaf in the back. He's now on the floor. Which is why I'm opening my windows all the way to let all the light in. And I have started a little closed environment here. And I actually need to water this pine tree today. Apparently, pine trees, for a while, need water every other day. Oh! Wow, we have both alerts on. That's awkward. K-Dog Injidog. Thank you for the resub. Luckily, we are on our full screen. Already. So we have, this is also a sugar I'm still gonna eat, so I can't cut it out completely because the Bean Boozled is just too fun. Stink bug or toasted marshmallow? Ooh, it's toasted marshmallow. You know what? I actually think now, every single time I've gotten that, I've always thought like, oh yeah, the toasted marshmallow flavor isn't that good. I think I've just gotten stink bug every time. And sometimes it just tastes less severe. That one's pretty nice. Wow. And then we have Stinky Socks or Tutti Frutti. I think they mash it up with a mortar and pestle, actually. I know that Jelly Belly keeps things old school. The Stinky Socks, their employees just wring out the socks they've been wearing on their 12-hour shift. Oh. I mean, we love an old school business. All right. So we're celebrating this year, or trying to celebrate this year at the end of 12 months. And I'm gonna reach out to my friends about this too. See if they want to celebrate with me. And if I don't get these goals either, we're still gonna find something to celebrate. Full-time job. That's gonna be the biggest one for me. 70 BPM resting heart rate, which hopefully is achievable for me. I don't know. Clearly, I'm not a health conscious person. And then putting myself out there. I think 3 easy things to celebrate.
Of your life, especially if you're doing this like at the start of the year as part of an annual planning thing. You're asking yourself 12 months from now in each of these different areas, what would I like to be celebrating? So for example, for me in the physical health category, because I've realized I've only rated it a 5 out of 10, I'm imagining I'm having dinner with, let's say, my friend Godwin, who's pretty jacked, and we're celebrating how much progress I've made in the last 12 months in my physical health. What is the thing that I would love to be celebrating 12 months from now? And then I'll come up with a few different candidate celebration options, like, a few different options for goals. So I'd love to be celebrating having packed on loads of muscle. I'd love to be celebrating getting more lean. I'd love to be celebrating having consistently worked out, let's say 3 times a week for the last 12 months. I'd love to be celebrating becoming more flexible and mobile. I'd love to be celebrating having played sports.
Okay. I don't think I can do all of these, but I'm then going to add running on there. I don't know if I'm going to do it every day. I'm going to be taking a walk every day. I don't know if I'll run every day. Maybe I'll run every other day. I don't need to become more flexible. I can still put my palms on the floor. But I do need to get back into yoga.
Once or twice a week, every week for the last 12 months. So these are all different options, but celebrating all of these is probably a bit much. And so for each of these different categories,
Is that what you want to be celebrating 12 months from now? I mean, shit, you could have $5,000. That's a lot.
Once you've thought about, like, what would I love to be celebrating, what I'd encourage you to do is to really boil it down to, okay, cool, I would like to be celebrating all these 5, 10 different things.
Okay.
But if I had to boil it
I might
down
be
to
doing
just
that
one thing, and I could only celebrate one thing, what would that one thing be? Because generally, having a single goal to work towards helps the brain focus.
I'm keeping it to one
entire
in those
kind of
categories.
physiology and our habits and everything just move in that one direction. Whereas if I was trying to build more muscle and also get lean and also play sports and also be more flexible, it's like there's a lot of it becomes very overwhelming and very complicated very quickly. And I'm all about simplicity here. So starting with what is
11 months?
What is the one thing you'd like to be celebrating? And so for me in the physical health front, I realized that the one thing I would love to be celebrating is to reduce the amount of my visceral abdominal fat that I have. Done a couple of DEXA scans recently. I found that I've got quite a lot of fat around the belly thanks to my poor genetics and poor diet. And visceral adipose tissue is the thing that correlates with all these negative health outcomes. Like,
what is this? Visceral adipose tissue. Do I have this? Is this why I have a double chin? Because I want to get rid of the double chin. I'd love to celebrate getting rid of this. Get the VAT down. Yes, exactly.
cardiovascular disease and stroke and all the bad stuff. And so if I can get that number down, if I can reduce the amount of fat in my belly, thanks to my poor diet and my poor genetics, then that would be a great thing worth celebrating. And then all the other stuff, like getting more muscle and becoming more mobile and like playing sports, all of that kind of stuff is the cherry on top. It's the bonus. And so you can do this 12-month celebration thing with the different areas of your life, and that then creates goals. Now, a couple of extra points when it comes to the 12-month celebration. One line that I really like adding to the end of any goal that I set, it's actually a trick I got from my friend Dickie Bush, who is a fellow internet entrepreneur, and that is whenever you set a goal,
wait,
add a few.
I don't want to laugh, but like,
few words to the end of that goal, which is while enjoying every step along the way. So if we use this health example again,
okay, let me add that to my thing.
Issues to, i.e., become more lean. But I would add the phrase
full-time
while enjoying
job
every step along the way. And that means that instead of just thinking of it as this goal that I'm fixated on, that I'm going to kind of grind to get towards, it just helps my mind think in a little bit more of a light, feel-good productivity kind of way, a little bit more of an adventurous way of like, how do I get lean, but while also enjoying every step along the way. And then tip number 2 for the 12-month celebration is please write this down somewhere. So I have a Google Doc that I use with my CEO coach. His name's Eric, and we look at the Google Doc every quarter, and we've written down what are my goals for each of the different areas of my life. And then every quarter, every 3 months, we'll figure out, okay, cool, for each of these different areas, what can we make tangible progress on in the next 90 days?
This is super crazy. Hold on. That's his Google Doc?
But while also enjoying every step along the way. And then tip number 2 for the 12-month celebration is please write this down somewhere.
I'm writing it down.
So I have a Google Doc that I use with my CEO coach. His name's Eric, and we look at the Google Doc every quarter, and we've written down what are...
Just put it in Twitch chat. Wait. Mark? This has to be the personal thing. Like leveling up cooking trade skill in WoW. That bangs. I'm not going to be doing the cooking thing, but this is a really okay. That is actually really cool. I
my goals for each of the different areas of my life. And then every quarter, every 3 months, we'll figure out,
okay. Well, I'm not trying to. Wealth, I need to figure out different. Film something every day before doing anything else. There's no way.
okay, cool. For each of these different areas, what can
Okay. Well, action. This is crazy. This is a intense way to organize your life. Group adventure leader. Quarterly adventures with great memories, new experiences, photos, vibes. I love that actually. That's
make
great.
tangible progress on in the next 90 days. And this is super helpful because if you think about these goals and you make them in your mind, but you don't write them down, and then you don't look at that document ever again, then it just means you're going to forget what goals you set at the start of the year. And this is a big part of why people struggle with New Year's resolutions. Because they set all these goals, they have all these like great intentions, but then they don't have any sort of system for reviewing the goals, reflecting on it, measuring their action, and measuring their traction towards that particular goal. And so if you're doing this exercise, and I really recommend you do, if you do care about making this year the best year of your life, write the goal down somewhere, put it in a Google Doc, bookmark it, put it on your Chrome bookmark bar, whatever the thing might be. Just make it super easy to remind yourself.
All right, where should I put my goals? So for now, I have my content creation goals, but I actually have these all on Post-it notes in front of me that I can see and look at every day to remind myself how I'm doing. No, I mean I can go over them again. I have my personal like life goals page here, and then I have, and these are kind of similar, right? I guess I have my like content creation goals on Twitch. I want to average 15 viewers, which we're not super far off, and we've made great progress this year in getting close to that. I want 20 concurrent subs because I feel like that's like, you know, a strong indicator of community, as well as the 15 average viewers. I want 1,000 followers, which I think is going to be difficult but possible. I got like one a day this year, which is, it's not bad. That's compared to last year. I mean, we can look at the numbers too after this later. So if I double that, I have way more than that. I want to have one 100 viewer stream, which I think really comes down to luck, but you never know. Then for YouTube, I want 200 consistent views per video. I want 2,000 subs, and I want to be in the YouTube Partner Program. And on TikTok, because I don't really understand the platform as well, I wrote down I want 1,000 followers and I want 5K views per video. And then for my personal life goals, based off of our wheel that we did. So our health, we have body, mind, and soul. Relationships, we have romance, family, and friends. And then work, we have mission, money, and growth. And then a joy, we have down here. And I've put the ones that are the most important, or I guess the ones that I want to focus on most, while still trying to focus on everything, I suppose. I have romance, which is a 0 out of 10. That needs to be improved. I have money, which is a 0 out of 10. And this isn't, again, for anyone who wasn't here watching this earlier, this isn't my satisfaction with these areas of my life, although I would say that a lot of it kind of falls under that as well. But this is my alignment. Are my actions... Oh, I love Valorant, but like... are my actions in alignment with my goals? And that's why for like soul, I actually have a 10 out of 10, because I feel like I'm pretty good on that front. For mine, which is like mental health, I have an 8 out of 10. I think the only way I could really improve this is if I was in therapy again. Body, I have a 6 out of 10. That's actually, I have actually started writing goals about that, which is funny because I didn't circle it, but I feel like I'm trying to make active improvements on that, so I have goals for that. And then money and growth, I think, are kind of in the same category, where it's like I need to figure out. So again, like I need to spend more time, which just needs to be like an off-stream thing for me. For my goal for growth and money, I just wrote full-time job, which is like, what does that really mean? And I still really haven't figured that out. But that's the thing I'd like to be celebrating at the end of 12 months is that. And then I have celebrate a 70 BPM resting heart rate. And I have start running, arrow pointing to improve heart health. And I have eat well in here. So I've started cutting out sugar. I still need to finish the ice cream in the freezer, but what's my BPM? I have no idea. I tried to check. Oh, you know what? I think my old phone can do it. It's probably not good. I wouldn't say that I have a resting heart rate, right? I like streaming. I feel like my heart rate is always a little bit elevated. Wait, I can't. Server error occurred. Try again. Okay, so I can't. I don't know how I'm gonna measure my heart health. Because I thought I could do it on my phone, but I couldn't find where to do it. I felt like it. I have like a. I don't know. Is it an edit? So the average resting heart rate is between 61 and 76, apparently. The last time I measured my heart rate was May 25th, 2020, which I think my stress at that time was probably pretty high because that was still very much like peak pandemic times, and my resting heart rate was 83. So, not great. But I don't know how to note it to like I can't measure it from here, which I thought you could, but I guess not. Does feel your wrist and count? No. Anyways, I want to get a 70 BPM resting heart rate. I also can cross out, folks, we're already crossing out one of our sub goals. Find out what a good resting heart rate is. We could mark that off as my app says it's between 64 and 70 something, what they said. So boom, before the new year even started, there we are. And then I also have go on one good date. And then that's not really what I want to celebrate, but that's just a goal. And then I have put myself out there, which is something I'd like to celebrate because I'm definitely not doing that now. And I need to be doing a better job of that.
Reviews and monthly reviews and quarterly reviews and all this sort of stuff, like reviewing our life is such a big part of anyone's productivity system, at least if they know anything about productivity. And then the final tip I would recommend for the 12-month celebration is a bit of an optional extra, but this is quite helpful. When you've decided what you'd like to be celebrating 12 months from now with each of these different areas, ask yourself why. Why is that particular thing important to you? And it's useful to have the why.
Why is that particular thing important to me? Okay, so for my health stuff, I want to live past 64. I want to live past 70. I want to live past 80. I'd like to live into my 90s, possibly my hundreds. Like, I want life to feel like a living hell by the time I go, you know? I want to be like, wow, I'm totally done with this. So I'd like to have good heart health to be able to get there. Full-time job, I mean, the why for that's pretty easy. I need to have stability in my life and like not have a negative bank balance at the end of every month. That would be pretty huge for me. And then put myself out there. I don't know. I just need to. I don't want to be alone forever, so I feel like those are all pretty easy whys for those.
Also in that document where you have written down your goals, because again, you can just remind yourself about why this thing was important to you. And so for me, the why behind this visceral adipose thing is, and this is what I've written down in my document, because visceral adipose tissue is the major thing that's going to lead to me dying early of cardiovascular and cerebrovascular disease.
This guy's saying the same thing as me, but he wants to maybe not live to his hundreds. But he's also saying it much more sciencey than me. My nurse is in Sam's Club. What the heck? Yeah. I think I'm gonna be going. I won't stream my monthly check-in with myself. But I will be personally, and maybe I'll share it in Discord. Um, how I'm doing on all these things, and I think I'm gonna redo my wheel at the end of each month, and it might not change for a while, but I'm gonna do that at the end of each month and see how those things are going as well. Check in on our goals frequently. Well, the thing is, Kyle, right? It's like this is something that I've expressed in all of my relationships, and I don't think it's ever been like fully understood by my partners. Is like I know that I'm the kind of person that really values my alone time, and like I am sure that there's somebody out there that can understand that and being like, yeah, it often comes back to me being like, I'm not angry with you. I just need to be alone. And like, that's, I feel like there's always been a disconnect where it's just like, I'm not frustrated. I'm not angry. I just like to sit at my computer and play games for hours some days. And I just need that because that's how like I feel like I'm thriving and living my best life. I don't want to be going out all the time. And I've never had like a person that's like kind of understood that aspect. So, like, I like making stupid shitpost type things in Discord and committing to bad bits in videos. Which, by the way, everyone, let me just. I have to use Microsoft Edge for this right now because I can't play it at YouTube. But look at how crazy this. Oh, that's my stream right now. No views on this one. Whoops. Oh, 101 views. I lied. I thought this would not do numbers. 186 views on this video is crazy. Because I don't know. Sometimes you just got to spend time watching bootleg. Exactly. I need to be sitting there refreshing my bootleg sports streams
to get that number down and to keep
while
it down.
eating
Building
queso
more muscle
dip.
is mostly a vanity thing, but reducing my abdominal fat is genuinely a health thing. So I've written down for myself exactly why that particular goal is important to me. And that's not to say you can't change these goals later in the year, but at least if you have it written down and you have a clear why behind it, it means that you're more likely to stay on that path that you decided for yourself was going to be important to you. By the way, all of this reflection and planning and stuff can be a little bit heavy if you're doing it on your own, so you don't have to do it on your own, because I'm in fact hosting a completely free live online workshop on the 6th of January 2024,
Folks.
and that is available exclusively for the
I need to check my
people
email.
who have pre-ordered a copy of my upcoming book, Feel Good Productivity. So if you order a copy of the book before the 30th of December 2023 and you send us your receipt, then you will get completely free access to this workshop on January the 6th.
So I think I have an invite to that.
And a bunch of other exercises that I found super helpful, that are very evidence-based, that will help you reflect on what 2023 was like and help you set tangible goals and plans for 2024, so that hopefully we can help make 2024 the best year of your life. So there's going to be more details down in the video description if you are interested in attending this completely free live online event exclusively for the lovely people who have very kindly pre-ordered a copy of my book. And then we
I actually don't know if I have an invite to that because I'm an American.
This is where the rubber meets the road. Like, you know, with the reflection and goal setting and stuff, we have kind of charted a course for where we want to go. And now we need a system to ensure that we actually make the time and the space to get there. And now there's loads of different productivity systems for this. I have a whole course that's coming out soon that's going to be about my Feel Good Productivity system. You can read about strategies in the book as well. But one really needle-moving strategy I want to share in this video is something that's called the Ideal Week Method. And this has been one of the most game-changing time management techniques I've ever used. And basically the idea is that you open up a blank Google Calendar and you call it your Ideal Week Calendar. And you start off by blocking off the absolute essentials in your life in terms of like, when do you want to wake up? So for example, let's say every day I want to wake up at 6
I've been waking up at 6:30
put that into a block
every day.
Calendar.
I woke up
Let's
at
say I wanna
5:40
sleep at
this morning.
10 p.m. I'd put that into a block in the calendar. I'd be putting all these different blocks into my calendar. And then that.
Do we think? I know you guys don't know how my energy is, but do you think I could potentially, survive going to sleep at 1 a.m. and waking up at 6 for the next, however many months, 12 months? That's 5 hours every night. Not bad. I got 5 hours tonight. I'm feeling good. I would be sad. Ugh. This is pretty good. Lunch buffer. Interesting. Team lunch. Wow. Social dinner. Aim to cook. Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do my calendar, but I am going to make a calendar and what my ideal week looks like. I don't think it'll be necessarily like this, but I mean, 9 a.m. I usually start my stream and I normally go to about here. So not, at least on Mondays. Who knows?
That shows me how much time do I have left to play with. So now you know those goals that we've just set in terms of the 12-month celebration, in terms of these different areas of our life. Our job when doing the ideal week is we want to try and find time, or not try, we want to find time in our calendar every week to actually make time and to take action on these specific things. So let's say in the friends category, I wanted to see my friends more often. My 12-month celebration might be that I'm celebrating the fact that I saw my friends for a group dinner at least once a week. In my ideal week calendar, I therefore need to have a block at least once a week for a group dinner with friends. And that's the point of the
I've never
week.
made a calendar before.
Like your ideal ordinary
I've
week.
never
It's, you know, if things are going
organized
according
like
to
this
plan,
ever.
roughly where
Anytime
are you
I've made a
spending your time
plan,
and what are you blocking out time to do?
it's
So
always
maybe
been in my head,
12-month
or I
celebration
don't make a
is
plan
losing
and I
'cause
just do
it's
it,
more lean. And that means
which
I need to
I
have
don't
half
think
an hour
is-
a day blocked into my ideal week for exercise every morning or every evening or whatever the thing might be. And if you realize that you don't actually have time for a particular thing because you're busy with other areas of your life, that's totally okay. But that means you can change your goal. You can change the 12-month celebration to reflect the time
changing
that
the
you actually
goal.
have. One of the other big things that derails people is trying to be too perfectionistic and trying to do too much. Trying to say, hey, you know, I want to set this goal and this goal and this goal and this goal. And then you look at your calendar and you realize that you actually just physically don't have the time because you have a job or two, or you have kids to look after, or you have to commute to school, or whatever the thing might be. The thing I love about the ideal week method is that it forces us to get clarity on what is actually important to us. What is the time that we have for the things that we have to do? And then what's the time that we can use on the things that we actually want to do? And mostly you'll probably realize that this is less time than you thought you had, which is great because it means you can start doing fewer things and you can cross some things off your 12-month celebration list. Maybe it's not a goal you want to work on for this year. That's totally okay. Maybe you can work on it next year instead, or when you have a little bit more time freed up in your life. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to take a deeper dive into this stuff, then you're going to absolutely love my live free online workshop, which is being hosted on January the 6th, 2024.
Wow.
And that's going to be
January
3 hours
6th
where I
again.
take you through these exercises live over a Zoom calls. We'll actually do the exercises and I'll elaborate on them a little bit more so that we can set you up for 2024 to be the best year of your life. And that is exclusively available for the very nice people who have pre-ordered my book. So you can pre-order my book with the link down below, and then you can send us your receipt, and we'll make sure you get a ticket to the event. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to know more about my specific methods for time management, you're going to love this video, which is the Trident method for time management. It includes a few more details about the ideal week, along with my time management process for the whole year and also day to day. So you're going to find that super helpful.
That was great. Love that guy. So I'm not going to do this right now, but I would also encourage everybody else. I mean, if you feel like you want to, I suppose. I am going to write a letter to myself that I'm not going to open until maybe the 31st of 2024, but a year from now. With, you know, my goals and intentions, and see what I said to myself. Where I'm at, what I didn't accomplish, what I did accomplish. And that'll be cool. I'm not going to share that with anybody. That's just for me, but you know, that's something that's going to happen as well. But let's look at let's look at some of the dings. Wow, C Dance is getting used a lot. 267 times? What the heck? Okay. Okay. I'm going to switch to this screen now. And then this here. Update. Let's see what our year on Twitch looked like. I'll zoom it in a little bit. It's actually kind of crazy. Wow, it zoomed in everything. Whatever. So 6.6, we can see when I stop streaming every day too, which is crazy. There it is. May 31st, I stopped streaming every day. So this year I got over 1 follower per day, which is cool. Wow. I mean, I went crazy on the 20th, really taking it to the end there. So 6.6 average viewers, not too close to our 15, but if we compare it to last year, that's a lot higher. That's really cool. Like, our numbers over the past year for this stuff has improved significantly. And if we even go like more recently, it's even higher than that. I mean, some of these kind of bring the numbers down a little bit. This is crazy. Thank you, everybody who's gifted or stayed subscribed. That's nuts to me. This was my subathon. And I feel like we're on the right track for that. I mean, like, if we look at the past 30 days, like, wow, this is crazy to me. Our numbers are slightly down. I think we had a month where we were averaging like close to 10. Yeah. But that's okay. We can always get back up there. And this is something I forget who I was like watching. But they said like, oh yeah, like emulate some of the creators that you enjoy watching. So there's Sky, and for me, like, it's not necessarily like the content that they make, but the energy that they bring. I really like the energy that he has, and I think he's a really good streamer. Good ideas. If you want to follow him, I would recommend it. Then there's Coop, another really good energy type. They last played just chatting. You have to wait 1 minute 35 seconds before giving another shout out. Woof. But we'll shout out everybody. There's Methage, which I actually like. I especially as like a larger creator, I like how open he is about like mental health struggles and stuff. That's important. The content is not something I'd ever try to make myself, but as someone who also struggles with those things. And then there's Shelter, who I also think has like good energy. It's not 5, but there's 4 that I think that, like, I don't know, I could do better. Like, I don't, even right now, like, I feel like I'm like a very low energy person. I don't know how I can like kind of tune into like a higher energy type of personality. I don't know if I can, but I like, I don't know, at least attempting to. Then let's look at these as well. This is crazy. I think that this is nuts. I've been doing YouTube now for like a year, about a little over a year, and 600 subs in this time is insane. I can't believe anybody would sub. 541,000 views. Wow. Wow. And watch time is a little misleading because this includes shorts, which kind of go crazy in terms of like watch time. But I feel like we're on the right track for my YouTube goals of 200 consistent views on long form content. My shorts, like this is where all my things come from basically. Like that's nuts. I've gotten almost 700 subscribers from shorts, which means I've lost almost 100 subscribers as well. But wow. Like I want these videos to all be consistently 200. And I think I'm getting better at it. Like I think that this is really cool. Apparently this is not popular, but that's fine. This one did well. I need to, I don't know, lean into more content like this. But I'd say that everything is, I don't know, kind of going in the right track, which is very cool. Gosh, I don't know what else I really wanted to go into today. I don't know if anybody else has any goals they want to share or talk about. I feel like this is gonna be a good year. I felt like so somebody I met recently in New York, who actually was born literally the day after me. So that was kind of a cool connection. God, I'm kind of spacing out too. It's like, what is something that you were proud of accomplishing this past year? What's something you want to accomplish? And what's something, God, there's something else and I'm spacing out on it. It was like 3 things. And I was like thinking about it recently. It's like I don't really know what I was like proud of accomplishing this year because I don't feel like I've done anything. Like it's just like another stagnant year. And that's like the biggest thing for me is like I really want to try to figure out like how to kind of get out of this rut of like, and it's like the thing is like a lot of it doesn't, and this is like you can't say this, right? But like I can't not take responsibility, but at the same time, I feel like some of these things are outside of my control, and I can only do like I can only keep trying to put my best effort in, and it doesn't matter like what, like yeah, I'm not going to get every job I apply for. I'm not like those things are outside of my control, but I can't get like bogged down by that. I just need to keep putting in the effort, right? Although that is funny. So I applied to my old job, which was with the city government, and it it was such a disaster. Like it's actually insane. So my interview was scheduled for 1 p.m. and I get there at 1. Nobody's there. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just wait. Somebody comes at 1:05. He's like, sorry, I'm late. We still need to wait for one more interviewer. So let's just like wait a little bit. So we wait like 5 more minutes just making small talk. And he's like, all right, let's just start. I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, okay, why did we have to wait for another person? But like, all right, you're already taking 10 minutes of my time. Yeah, whatever. This guy doesn't show up for another 10 minutes. So he gets there at like 1:20. We're already like halfway through. And like, it's funny because I've done this job before. Like I've done this exact job that I'm applying for. So all the like examples I'm giving them, it's like, oh yeah, if you were in this situation, how would you handle it? I'm like, I'm using exact examples from the time I did that job, right? I'm like, oh yeah, so like when this happened in the past, I did this, um, so on. And I thought the interview went well. They seemed to like me enough. Uh, I didn't know one of the guys. I knew the other one. Didn't directly interact with him too often, but had a few interactions with him. And then, like a week after that, right before the holidays start, I get an email, not from HR, but from somebody who works at the city. And they're like, we looked at your qualifications compared to the other candidates and decided to move in another direction. And I email her back right away. I'm like, what do you mean? Basically, I mean, I say this much nicer, I think. But I'm like, look, like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not as qualified. Like, I've done this exact job. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I could be more qualified. There's not another way on the planet for me to be more qualified for this job that I've already done. And it's just like a generic email, and I email them back right away. But the email came in at like 5:50 on a Friday, right before the holiday break started for Christmas. Um, and then I get an email, an automated response back. Sorry, I missed your email. I'll be back in the office Friday the 29th. I will also say I did not get an email yesterday responding to my email that I sent. And I'm just like, it feels so unprofessional that one, they wasted my time at the interview. But then, like, how did I not, like, how was I rated because like it's a job that I've done, right? It's just like, I don't know what I could have done better at all. Like, all the interview questions I answered from examples from that job, right? It's just like everything felt very strange. And then I get like a generic email from somebody that I've worked with in the past multiple times. I have a poster sitting in my closet that this person specifically gifted to me because they thought about me. And I'm like, that is insane that I'm getting a generic email and then I'm getting an automated response that you're out of the office until the 29th. Like, that's crazy. I don't know. But I totally went off on a tangent. I forget what my initial thing was. Um, what was I saying? What was I saying before I got angry? Oh yeah, it's like again, that's just like that's not something that can be in my control, right? It's just like I don't know how I could have done anything differently to be better suited for that, and yet here I am. But it's like, again, it's bogged me down a little bit. I'm saying like, oh yeah, I don't want to get bogged down by things, but that has kind of annoyed me because it's just like we've actually worked together with each other. It's just insane. But like, I guess whatever. We pushed through. And I was talking, yes. So it's like, what, before that, I was like, what is like something that you're proud of this year? And I don't know, like, I don't want to say that 2023 was like a particularly hard year for me or like any harder than other years are. Like, I think 2020 and 2021 were actually some of my best years. 2022 and 23 were kind of more down. And I think maybe some of that is just like I turned 30 this year and I just feel like I'm like not in the place I want to be in my life. But also like, I don't know, I'm not really one to like try to compare my life to other people's because I've had a very different lived experience than others. Like there's no way that I could like effectively compare, but it's also just like not healthy to compare in the first place. Like, I don't know, me and the next person, even if we had very similar lived experiences, like probably want different things out of life, right? So it's like not even, it's just not fair to myself or anyone else. But I think that like where I envisioned myself as a kid, I don't know. I think that this is like silly, right? But this is like an example. I think when I was like 12, I was like, oh yeah, like I think I'm gonna get married by 27 and like have a house and everything. At 27, I still hadn't finished college. Definitely did not have a house. I lived with 3 other people. Um, and not anywhere close to being married. But then, like, looking back, it's like, that's fine. Like, I don't think I would have been ready for most of those things. I mean, if I had the money to, like, own a house, yeah, whatever. But, you know, I think that the measuring stick I've given myself as a kid just doesn't even make sense anymore either. But it's tough to look back at, like, those, like, far goals that you set as a child, right? And then being like, wow, I'm not close to any of those things. But then, like, I don't know, like, it's not bad either. Huh. What else was I saying? Because I'm like looking back at the year. I think there's been a lot of positives too in terms of like, I don't know, content stuff is always such a weird thing to like talk about, even though I'm streaming on Twitch right now. But like, I don't know. I felt like over the past year, I've gotten much better as like a streamer and like, I don't know, YouTuber is such a weird word too, but YouTuber, like I'm making better videos. I'm better at editing. I'm more sure in the stuff I'm trying to create. Um, and I think that's all really cool. And I think that more people are enjoying the stuff that I'm putting out, which feels really good, right? Like if there's something to be proud of this year, it's probably that. I'm like, wow, this is like nice. I'm like, that is very cool. Um, I don't know. I passed that. Like, I don't know. This year has been tougher with like maintaining my friendships with people. And I think some of that just comes down to us all getting older and like getting, I don't know, more set in our lives and like our routines and stuff. I think one of the things that's tough for me personally is like I'm the only one of my friends that seems to be single all the time, where like all of my other friends are in like long term relationships now. And that's fine, but it's tougher to me to be like, oh yeah, like, do you want to do something? And then it's like, oh, I can't, I'm doing it. And it's like, that's fair. Like, I want them to be happy and stuff too, but then it's like, it kind of makes you feel lonelier. Um, which is like, yeah, I don't have any control over that in terms of like their lives, but that's one of the reasons I like, oh yeah, I want to go on like a good date because like, I don't know, I want to have that too. But I'm also like, I don't know, I'm such a hermit that like it's tough for me to like want to leave my like space. Um, but that's not a disappointment. Like at the same time, like I have some really amazing friends. Like I went to New York to celebrate my birthday and go to a friend's wedding in Buffalo. And I had 3 friends from here, from Los Angeles, go out to New York City with me to celebrate my birthday for the week, which is like insane. Like I have such good friends as well. So it's not like, oh yeah, I feel like super alone. Like part of it is just like me not making enough of an effort to be like, I don't know, closer. Um, yeah, I don't know. We kind of know what we want going into next year. We have our improved heart health, 70 BPM resting heart rate, full time job, go on one good date, put myself out there, eat well. Then we have our Twitch goals: 15 average viewers, 20 concurrent subs, 1,000 followers, 100 viewer stream. Our YouTube goals of 200 consistent views per video, which we're actually already pretty close to, I think. 2,000 subs, which we're not as close to, but I think possible, and getting into the YouTube partner program. TikTok, we have 1,000 followers, 5K view per video. Here's our little wheel, which I'm going to be doing every month to see where I'm at and track my progress. I won't be doing that on stream, but I might do this again at the end of next year. And I'm going to be writing a letter in a few minutes, as I think I'm about done with stream for the day. I hope this felt good for everybody else as well, as you're thinking about the year coming up and things like that. I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, and I will be live again. Going into the new year, I guess I'll be live Monday. Wait, is that the 1st? Is Monday the 1st? Yeah, I guess I'll be live Monday morning, Monday, January 1st. Which reminds me, I am adding my 4th stream of the week back because I'm such an Animal Crossing streamer and I want to still do some of the other stuff I was doing. So Monday mornings, we're still having coffee and doing Animal Crossing things. Wednesday evenings. What is a hogman? What is a hogmanay bean? Hogmanay? Happy New Wednesdays, I'll still be live probably doing Animal Crossing stuff, Happy Home Paradise, houses, and things like that. Maybe I'll think of a theme each day. It's Scottish New Year? Oh, you're from Scotland. Yes. I definitely mispronounced that word then, because it's very... I think I, hold on, let me open my Duolingo. Oh, my streak might be over. Duo gave you a streak freeze to save your 110-day streak. Nice. Okay, so he saved me. Yeah, see, I started trying to learn Gaelic on Duolingo, but they don't have good they don't have good listening exercises, so I wasn't able to do it. Okay. So Wednesday, I tried to learn Gaelic. I failed so bad. It seems like a hard language, especially like me attempting to learn it was just so silly because I'm never gonna hear it in my life. Like I'm not gonna find anybody else that like knows it. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like I'm not gonna. Why am I doing this? You know. Then I tried to learn Irish, and it was kind of the same thing. It's like, again, why am I doing this? But I do practice Japanese and some French on Duolingo, which I actually stopped doing as frequently because I don't have Duolingo Plus anymore, and the ads really are killer. I also try to learn some Native American language just because it looks super cool written down. I don't know. Duolingo is such a weird thing. Maybe I should learn Klingon, though, because I'm a bit of a Trekkie. Should I write that down on my goals for the year? Learn Klingon? I was going to do this, but that's not Klingon. What was I saying? Do it. We'll see. That's going to be our far in the future 12-month celebration. Maybe we learn Klingon. I'm going to have to text my friends about it too and say, like, next year, do you guys want to meet up and then go over this? Okay. Monday mornings. For now, I'm still doing Animal Crossing and coffee in the morning. Chill, hangout streams. Good times, hopefully. Wednesday evenings, although I still really need to see if I have so much energy in the morning. Like, I feel so much better in the morning, but I like streaming at night. It's just like a tough, I don't know, line, I think. I'm going to be doing Animal Crossing still. I think I'm going to try to have more specific goals on Wednesday. I'm about to end, so I snoozed ads. Thursday, I will be either doing Mario Wonder, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizers with crowd control, or the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom 3-heart challenge, because I need to be doing not just Animal Crossing all the time, just for my own sake, but also I've been wanting to finish those things and do those things, and I haven't been. So I just want to get on that. And then Saturdays, once again, more Animal Crossing. Stelz! Welcome in. What do I think is the most difficult language in the world? It's got to, I mean, I don't know. It has to be some Native American language, right? Like, because who's teaching it? The 3 hardest languages to learn include Mandarin, Arabic, and Russian. Those all seem hard. The Cyrillic alphabet seems super crazy. I don't know. Mandarin Chinese also. I mean, yeah, they all seem difficult. I feel like it's interesting. Like, there's a part of you that, like, when you're learning a language, if you've been exposed to it in the past, I feel like it's a little bit easier to learn. Like, it's crazy. Like, I do Japanese lessons on Duolingo, and I wouldn't be like, wow, I'm like a master at this. I'm so good. I know everything. I definitely don't, but I feel like I pick it up a lot quicker just because I lived there for a while as a kid, where I'm like, oh, like, yeah, this makes sense. Whereas, like, when I'm attempting to learn, like, French or something on Duolingo, I'm like, huh. All right, everybody. I think that's it for me for now. I'll be live again January 1st. I did want to keep this a shorter stream today. I appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out and listening to me talk about my past year and my goals for this next year. Hopefully, some of you want to also do some of your own exercise for the goals. And if you want to, I'm going to create a new Discord channel to share some of them. If you want to share yours, share your progress throughout the year, please feel free. I'll be sharing my progress in there as well. I'm about to end stream, write my letter to myself for this time next year. Hopefully, some of you want to do that as well. If not, all good as well. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I am not going to read out today. Yeah, normally I do, but I feel like today, maybe not. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to me. Drabble, dribble, drovel. What's the word? I don't know. Yap. Waffle about what's going on, what I want to do with this year, what this past year was like. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Hopefully, see you Monday. If not, see you Wednesday. And if not, then see you Thursday because we're re-adding the stream. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye.